told a testimony, a true testimony by a lady named Raquel, of how Hashem honored her tears like Hannah had her tears honored and gave her a baby. And perhaps you'd like to hear it because it might restore your faith. Without faith, emunah, it is impossible to please Hashem. Listen.
So I'm Emma. I'm a believer, and today I am reading from First Samuel. So in First Samuel, the book is mainly about Hannah, whom the Lord had closed her womb, and she was praying for a son. And she had prayed for a very long time, and she saw that she was not going to have a son. But she continued to have faith, even though she was not sure if she would ever have a son or have any children for her husband. So after all of this time of prayer, in verse 20 of 1 Samuel 1, it says, "And in due time Hannah conceived and bore a son, and she called him Samuel, for she said, I have asked for him from the Lord."
Hey, my name is Raquel, and I too, like Hannah in our story in Samuel, also I got married in 1988, and I could not conceive. I couldn't get pregnant. I didn't have a normal ovulation. So for years, I had gone already to doctors to get treatment, but I would not get pregnant. And I attend. I'm a believer. I attend to Times Square Church here in New York City. The pastor was Pastor David Wilkerson. He was the head of Teen Challenge, which uh, delivered a lot of people with drugs. And well, he was a preacher and evangelist, and he was a pastor. So for 7 years I prayed. I walked to the altar every service and pray and just cry out, just like Hannah did, to for God to give me a child. I didn't want to do any more treatments. I it was it was impossible, but I believe that, like in Matthew 19:26 says that with God all things are possible, and I believe that God could be able to do a miracle. And I remember that afternoon, um, I was crying, praying, crying, and the usher in my congregation said if I wanted to go speak to my pastor so he can direct pray for me. And when I went to speak to him, to he told me, before I told him what I was praying for, he told me that God had heard my prayer, and that I will have a child, just like in the story of Hannah. And and that's not all. God gave me my first daughter in 1995, Orabel. She's 25 years old now. And God, he does awesome, because I was happy that I had my daughter, but later, 11 years later, God gave me a second daughter who's here, Emma. Emma is 14. So I have not one miracle, but I have two miracles. When my womb was closed, I didn't have ovulation. I did treatments in my country, in the Dominican Republic, and I did treatment in New York. So, so I can say that God is a miracle working God, that he can hear your prayers, he can heal you, he can open your wound, and he still works now. Now he does miracles now, just like in the Old Testament in the Bible. Just need to have faith and trust in him.